So, what is the most powerful tool you can use when you're trying to change things, when you're trying to transform your life? I'll share that with you at the end of this episode. Stay tuned. Well, today was kind of off kilter, but I had a rough night with mom last night, and it's okay. I've got a caregiver here tonight, so I'll be able to sleep tonight and everything will get back on track. I'm not going to worry about it. Happy Monday, by the way. I did get a lot done. I just didn't get my nose in my journal, and like it wasn't as focused as I would like to have my day. But I did um, do quite a bit of things. Quite a bit of things, quite a few things. Anyway, so happy Monday, and I'll see you tomorrow. Hi, everybody. I hope you're doing really great. Today was Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. And um, I did figure out how to make one hardcover copy of my book. I took screenshots of my PDF version of my book, and I hold on one second. Hi, sorry. And I created a photo album, but I put in pictures of my pages. So I'll be able to give the book to mom, because that was like, her reading on a phone is, I mean, think about this. She's 97. Not every family even had an automobile when she was born. She was born in 1922. So being able to scroll through a book on a phone is like a completely foreign concept to her. So anyway, so we had a caregiver last night. I understand from the company Visiting Angels that she got fired today because she slept, but she told them she slept. So, well, I was just glad I didn't have to put my foot in it again. That it had, but and she the lady from Visiting Angels called and just apologized up and down, and I said it's okay. I said she got decent care. I said I just was concerned. You know, I just think there's a community of people that they've learned that they can get away with sleeping while getting paid $9.50 an hour plus. Well, the Visiting Angels get paid better than that. I think they get 11 something, which is really great. But no, you can't do that. No. And especially with the advent of cameras and everything, you are gonna get caught, because everybody has cameras in your phone. And I tell you what, if I wasn't Johnny on the spot, I would be even more insistent about having cameras. And I might even put them in the bathrooms, not to show nakedness. I might aim them at, like, from the waist up, just to watch behavior, because you know elder abuse does happen, and some of these care workers are not, um they're in it for the money and the hours, and you're taking care of a human being. You've got to be in it for that. You have to. So anyway, that's that. And then let's see, what else did I do today? I did do some reading on publishing digitally. I think I'm a little confused about it, and I think I might go back to just giving people a PDF of it, um, and wait until I have enough money to hire somebody to publish it, because it's just like a lot. Anyway, so yeah, so that's about it. I haven't gotten my head really very much back into my stuff because I was really, really tired today because I was up in the middle of the night, even though I had a caregiver here, because some shenanigans went on, and I won't wind myself up by telling you about it, but it was kind of ridiculous. I was really glad I didn't have to. mm, I was really glad that it didn't work out with this caregiver because it was going to be, I would have felt obligated to teach her how to do better gently. Um, and I'm just glad I don't have to, honestly, because I'm tired enough. So now I'm going to get back to recovering. One of the things that I did do is I committed to getting up in the morning. I've got a caregiver here, and she's going to be here. And if I'll get up at, I will get up at 8, and I will go for my walk, um, do all the things that I was doing before, the Wim Hof and all of that. So that's it. So that is one thing that I got nailed down today, because starting my day correctly is huge. Because when I don't get my nose in that journal right away, and when I don't set my day up for success, then I can grab bits and pieces on the way through the day, but it's just not, I don't feel like I'm in charge of my day. And that's not a good feeling. I feel like I'm kind of on the, like on the water with no oars in my boat, So anyway, I got to get my oars in the water in the morning. Okay. So, happy Tuesday, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Hi, happy Wednesday. I hope y'all are doing well. I got the new caregiver in tonight, and she's set up for success, I hope, and help my neighbor run an errand. Today went okay. I got some things done, but it wasn't as fluid as other days. It didn't the my AM wake up was rocky. The caregiver's still here at 8, and I am a little bit better if I have the house to myself for a little bit. But I'm gonna have to deal. So yeah. So got my headphones, gonna go for a walk immediately because that way I can be by myself while I'm doing the hard part of my wake up. And the hard part of my wake up, I'm just saying that because of my MS. I'm a real slow waker upper, and it's like if you try to engage me too soon, I just want to poke you in the eye, pretty much. But I know I shouldn't, so I just get really frustrated. So it's really ugly. Okay, so the things that went well this morning, was I did get up at 8. I spent a little time talking to the caregiver, and I don't want to do that, because I need to get on my stuff, because I need to get mom at 9. I've got to get my stuff done so that I can get her up at 9. So I need to go for my walk. I didn't go for a walk today. Go for a walk. I need to come back, do the Wim Hof, because I didn't walk. I didn't do the Wim Hof. And then what I'm going to do is go into the kitchen and do a breakfast shake, nutrition shake, and take my vitamin supplement things. And then see, now as soon as I get back in the house, I can turn Tony on in my headset, because I'm going to do the Fab and 14 while I'm doing the walk. And then when I get back in the house, I can do Tony in my ears all the way till 9. So it'll be like at least 45 minutes of Tony in the morning, which is great. So I'll have that. And so, yeah, but I did do the journaling, and I did do the watching the vid, and I'll be doing that all while I'm listening to Tony. Well, I'll interrupt for the vids, right? So anyway, I might have to get up earlier to make all of this happen the way I want to make it happen. But we'll see. We'll try it tomorrow with that, and we'll adjust it if it needs adjusting. So anyway, I got a lot of things done. I got a lot of infrastructure pardon me, set up for my videos for this channel. As you already know, if you've seen the beginning of this, I have a different logo opening, and I made that so that it's replicatable easily, so that I don't have to recreate it every time I make a new video, which, believe it or not, is, something that, so anyway, I set up that infrastructure and did for beginning and endings, and that's about it. And I am starting a new format with y'all. I'm gonna do a tag, like kind of a hook for what you're gonna hear from me in the week at the beginning of the vid, and then they're gonna be the opening credits, and then or the Aquarius, and the week, what the time is, and then my week, and then my recap of the week and closing credits. And I think I like that. I like that format a lot, and I want to utilize it. I'm playing with it here because I want to utilize it on my channel, and so I want to try a couple of different things for so anyway, so we'll see. So we're gonna have like a question of the week or something like that, because I basically want to do hook, story, close, right? But the story is my story for the week, like what I did, what I didn't do, like what I learned this week. So the hook will be a question about, like last week, it could have been, what fear did I figure out this week? Or to do it more effectively, maybe to say something like, do you have fears that pop up in your life, or something like that? And then, because I really did figure that out last week. So yeah. So anyway, so I'm going to start playing with that so that I'm kind of used to the mechanism. Yeah. So I'm really excited about doing that. So, and one of the things is, I'm getting back into looking on Facebook, but honestly, one of the things that keeps on happening is there are a bunch of very, very nice people on KBB, and I'm not, they are completely nice people. But the problem is they're all vying for my attention, and I don't have gobs and gobs of extra time to, that somebody has, we have an accountability site where we make sure we stay on track. I've got to make myself accountable. And I love that people are reaching out and trying to help other people, and maybe that's their thing, and maybe that's their jam, and maybe some people need that. But what I found was I felt like I needed it because I feel inexperienced at this KBB thing. However, once you're following about 5 different sites that are all telling you to work on, and here's your challenge for this week. If you've got 5 channels, or 5 Facebook groups that you're in, and they all have a different channel, they all have a different challenge for the week, that's time away from your KBB stuff. So, I mean, I am not confused about any of it. And all I have to do is hold myself accountable, which I can do. I've been doing it. So I'm just gotta move forward with it. It's going to be kind of at a snail's pace because I have very limited time, but that's always been the case. And at least I have my oar back in the water with it. So I'm excited. It's going to be great. And the time that I do have available is going to be not, scrolling around Facebook, and I'm just not going to do that. I don't have extra time to burn. I just don't, and I'm going to use the KBB tools, and when I have a success, I'm going to go in and say I have a success. But one of the things that I may do once I do have that success is say, you know, what I had to do is remove myself from this situation, because for me, this was creating a roadblock rather than a superhighway. Just for me. Now, other people may have time to burn, and they might need to get their, their juices flowing and stuff, and like banter and all that. It just depends on what you're doing. But right now in my life, because I'm doing this stuff with my mom, and that stuff with my mom is important, and honestly it's my business. So I just can't indulge in excess Facebook. I can't do it. I won't do it. There were a bunch of people that they actually lost loved ones. And until my brother gets down here, I hate this. But I put a sad tear face, but I didn't write anything. And that's really not like me. But I tell you what, I've got to, I've got to keep it realistic. So anyway, I'm going to let you guys go. Um, Happy Wednesday, and I will see you tomorrow. Hi, everybody. Happy Thursday. So, I just got done with my caregiver introductions or care worker introductions, and I'm just getting this recorded, and I'm going to bed. I'm having a little bit of trouble. I'm sorry, my right hand is shaking, so I'm going to have to try to balance this on my left hand, which is really interesting, actually. So, anyway, and my back is really spasming today. I don't know if maybe I'm dehydrated. I had a really down day, and I'm thinking that most of it was dehydration. I got up really early. I got up at 7. I did my thing the way, I said I would do. I forgot when I came back in, I forgot to do the Wim Hof. But I had some interruptions with the care worker, which is fine, but I really need to stay on track, and it's not her fault. It's, me. So anyway, so I just got to get better at it. That's all. So, yeah. So I will. So anyway, so here's to trying again tomorrow, and that's about it. So um so I slept today while the caregiver was here because I was just out of it. But see, I didn't get to bed right away because I had to go help my friend, and I wouldn't have done it any other way, but it did mean that I didn't get my as much rest. So, and I was kind of wound up. So that's the way it goes. Anyway, okay, so I'm sorry this is kind of all over the place, but that is kind of the way I am today. So I'm giving you a representation of what my mind is like today. Kind of all over the place. All right, so I'll do better tomorrow. We'll talk to you later. Have a good night. Happy Thursday. Hi, everybody. Happy Friday. I hope y'all are doing well. I I had a good evening. My day, I did a little bit of sleeping, but I think I may have caught up with myself. I focused on hydrating today, and I do think that that is helping. But I am having a couple of down days, and I haven't paid attention to all of the things that I had in my journal. But at the same time, I'm making progress with the caregivers at night, um, and that's good. Um, I was so embarrassed this morning. I kind of snapped at one of the caregivers because um, I really need mom to stay in bed until 9 or 10 because I need that time in the morning to settle myself and focus and, get myself all in order. And I heard the care worker through the door asking, you know, um, if mom wanted the light on. And I realized what was happening. Mom had, said she wanted to get up. And um, I got up, and I barged in like a bull in a china shop, unfortunately. And I apologized later but I may barge in like a bull in a china shop, but when I speak with my mother, I don't, I just say, Mom, it's time to still be in bed, or I don't remember exactly. In fact, I might put the footage in here because I think I have it still. I'm sure I got caught on camera. So anyway, that's it. So I'm just fessing up that, I'm not perfect. Not nearly. I am, just trying to always hold myself accountable and always do what's best. So anyway, so we've got everything worked out. The caregiver tonight is wonderful, and I think we're going to have a great night, and Mom's going to have a good night, and I'm going to get some sleep. I'm going to watch a little bit of television on my phone. That's my woohoo. I have Amazon Prime, and I just watch. I've got some channels that I like to watch, some shows that I like to watch that I have on there, and that's it. So yeah, so that's it. Oh, and the other thing that and I think I mentioned this before, but if I didn't, I'll just tell you the story again. My bacon was saved. I was really at the end of the financial rope. Like, I didn't have any. I needed to get undergarments for Mom, and I didn't have enough money for it. And so I went to Goodwill, and I did a bunch of things. But what happened was, and I'm just so grateful, what happened was that the insurance sent money for the care that Mom's getting. So I have, and it's a lot of money, so I'm able to use like $100 out of that to buy things, and then the first of the month comes and I'll replace that $100 and I'll call that in. But anyway, I was just so lucky, because I really didn't know. I had a plan. I had pads. Somebody's car alarm's going on. I had pads, and I have, her underwear from before, and I could have just put pads in her, bladder, pads, feminine pads in her. I could have just put them in her. I don't know why I just cut my face off like that. I'm so sorry. You're gonna do. I'm tired. Anyway, so I could have done that, but thankfully I didn't have to do that. So yeah, so I wound up getting stuff today. I ordered some more stuff. I'm gonna have enough for the whole, and this is one of the reasons why I said this before. One of the reasons why I always buy enough for the whole month, because I don't want to get to the end of the month and not have the money for it. So I just reinforced my pre-planning on that, because I lost track of it. I don't know how I did that, but I did. So anyway, but I'm already got the stuff. I've already got the stuff. So that's not gonna happen again. So anyway, all right, we'll talk to you guys later. Happy Friday. So, wrapping up this week, I've got some notes, but I am so excited. This week, I reminded myself of something that I've known, but I was really very happy to rediscover. But first, a note on my MS and my cognitive issues. As I have not kept it a secret, I have cognitive issues due to my MS. My IQ is really high, so I'm working my way around them, but I have a lot of trouble tracking thoughts from one day to the next. So this format is really helping me, and especially the review in the morning, to feel like I'm hitting the ground running. The other thing that I rediscovered was the use of the experimental mindset, and how it's going to apply to this time in my life where the road is kind of rocky. And I'm very used to making a plan, and just because I take great care in making that plan, it just goes off without a hitch. But right now, that is not the way my life is going. So I was feeling rather discouraged this week and disappointed because I really wanted to nail down this morning routine and just like get going and just like decide and go. But unfortunately, I'm having to navigate around a few different factors. One of them is I was very tired. I am still recuperating from the time that I was doing this on my own. So that is definitely part of the issue. But what I hinted at in the teaser in the beginning is this powerful tool, and it's called the experimental mindset. And one of the things that Tony talks about is the success loop. And it's simple. And I've talked with you about this before, and I'll put up a little graphic here. Potential is where you start, and then you have an action within that potential, and then that action has a result, and then the result you evaluate, and in that evaluation you create belief and certainty, and then that leads to a better potential, which leads to a better action, a better result, a better belief and certainty. And it's an upward spiral that keeps you going, and it's the success loop. Well, I was being really hard on myself. And when I was doing the evaluation process, I was kind of like acting like I had to get it right the first time, because I have had times in my life when that was the way it was, you know. But right now is not one of those times. So the experimental mindset allows you to evaluate the result without judging yourself, but just judging whether that is what you want or is not what you want. So I tried a bunch of different things with my AM routine this week, and they didn't work. They didn't. I kind of got some things, but they just didn't work really well. But instead of beating myself up, which is what I was doing, what I'm going to do is apply the experimental mindset to it, which is what parts did work, okay? And looking at that and evaluating myself in a better way, evaluating those results in a better way so that my belief will grow over time. It's just going to have to be different this time. It's going to be a slow and steady wins the race kind of situation. So, okay. That the other thing that, and this applies to my stuff with mom. This has always been the way I've done things with mom, and I'm not hard on myself when it's with mom, because it either works or it doesn't work, and it all is dependent on how her own cognition is going, and how far, what part of her dementia is really affecting her, and is that approach going to work or not? Like, what is it going to work, or is it not going to work? So so I've been doing this experimental mindset with the stuff with mom, and I'm just going to reapply it to my own discoveries and just remind myself, and it'll save me a lot of discouragement and disappointments in myself. But this also works on selecting caregivers. I had a couple disappointments this week. I had a couple caregivers sleep. It's just a result. It's just to be evaluated, decided whether it's good or bad, and moved on from. And that's just as simple as it is. Then I did get a couple of things done, and I want to celebrate. I got the hardcover book ordered for mom. That's really exciting. And I tried many things, and some of them worked and some of them didn't work. So I learned something. And when you learn, if you can say, I learned something, to me, that really just like eases the whole thing. And that's where part of this experimental mindset is in what did I learn? Okay, so, and then holding myself accountable, but with this experimental mindset in mind, so that it
it isn't, I'm not taking it easy on myself. I'm just not going to waste time and energy beating myself up about stuff that's frankly already gone by. I just need to make an evaluation and decide to do better or decide to do differently and just move on and not waste any emotional energy in that. Just moving on. Okay, and then my focus for this week is my weekly framework. So I'd like to do 3 mornings of the exercise. Right now, I think that's about as much as I can handle. 3 mornings. And that's because I'm still recovering from this all being on my shoulders for a while, that with the nights and the days and everything. And then, of course, my focus is always mom's care and the caregivers, and all, of course, with this experimental mindset thought of in the meantime. So experimental mindset, the thing that's really great is there's no fear in that. It isn't good or bad. It just is what it is. And so what it is, you can decide whether you want to keep that or whether you want to do it differently, whether you liked it or not. It all is very subjective, but it's a way to make the subjective unemotional. And I love that. That's it for today. And I am so happy to say, take good care of yourself and take good care of each other. Have a great week.